G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. How are we all doing on this lovely, lovely evening? The sun is not quite set yet, although it's about to be. Hopefully I can get it done before this video ends. So, welcome back to the YouTube channel. If you are new around here, ladies and gents, I do hope you'd leave a like and subscribe and do comment. I try to reply to every single comment on my videos because my channel is still able to do that. Without further ado, welcome. We do have a topic today that is going to benefit a lot of new riders and some old riders if you're unfamiliar with certain things. But ladies and gentlemen, today's topic is how can you make yourself more visible as a rider on the road? And it doesn't matter how long you've been riding for. Sometimes there are some cases where it doesn't matter what you do, you just can't, be seen. It just can't be done because some drivers just refuse to see you regardless of the situation. So in some instances, unfortunately, this advice won't work. But don't worry, lane filtering is legal for me, don't be mad. But here we are. There are some tips I can give you that will absolutely help you out in the best possible way. Now, starting off simple, everybody knows this works to some degree. Learners are legally required to use them. And that's wear a high-vis jacket, alright? Now, a lot of people don't wear them once their license is full. I'm one of them. But some people think they look dorky. Some people think they look a bit, sus. But truth be told, there's no harm in wearing a high-vis jacket, whether it be pink, yellow or orange, because the point of the high-vis jacket is to increase your visibility, and it does exactly that. It's got its reflecting lights on it, and it's a nice bright colour. So if you are seen in a dark place, at least the headlights will illuminate the reflective parts of the jacket. Now, you'll find some backpacks actually come with reflecting elements on it, some helmets as well. So if you can get yourself a little bit of reflective gear, there's no shame or harm in wearing it. In fact, it's only going to make you a more visible rider on the road and thus increase your actual safety. So I would recommend it, especially if you're not confident. If you do a lot of nighttime riding, there's no shame in wearing it. I'd recommend it, especially if you feel like it's going to help your safety, man. If you can't get around it, you think it looks dorky, well, unfortunately, then there's no hope for you in wearing the high-vis jackets. Don't worry, there is other techniques. One really big version of this is to potentially don't lane split or lane filter. Now, I know some people love it. I'm one of them. I will never stop lane filtering. But if you're lane filtering, you are putting yourself at a more risk. You can always stop. When you're stopped at the set of lights, stop in the middle of the cars as opposed to next to the cars. Because if someone comes up and nearly rear ends you, well, you'll be next to the car, and there's a chance of you being hit much lower than if you are directly behind the car. Some people have had some horrible experiences getting absolutely destroyed by some drivers. My former boss was one of them. He bought a brand new R1 back when they first launched. I'm talking about the OG R1s. He was at a roundabout waiting for a car to come through, and a car came and smacked him and collected him, and he lost his R1 before he even had a full, he only got given half a tank brand new, and he had already lost the bike. So sometimes it's just not meant to be, man. So stay away from the middle of lanes and stop filtering if you can. What is this? Police, I think, or is that an ambulance one? Oh, it is police. Can't believe it. There's a few things else you can do. Now, if you are finding you don't feel comfortable when you're coming down the road and someone's about to turn from the middle, lanes, as in not from the lanes when you're driving, I mean the actual middle of the road. So say it's like a main road, there's one of those middle median strip things. So say you're turning from the middle, those kind of things over there, man. When you're seeing someone turn from these kind of roads, you feel a little uncomfortable. Now, one easier way you can do to increase your visibility is to swerve. And I mean just doing this, because the eye likes to be attracted to motion. So if you're seeing someone swerve like that, it can help out substantially. And honestly, man, I don't like taking risks being seen. So, not being seen, sorry. I'll do everything in my power, and especially one of those ones. If someone comes in front of you when you're doing one of those, sort of drive past that, and you hit them, it's going to be a really, really uncomfortable situation, because it's going to hurt, and it's going to be a really, really painful lesson to learn, which is not the kind you want to learn. So swerving when you're in your lane can actually increase your visibility quite a lot, even if you're driving in a straight line, because the eye gets attracted to motion, so you really want all the motion you can get in certain scenarios. Alright? Turning your headlight on is a good little trick. If you have an older motorcycle, there's a reason why all the new motorbikes come with lights that stay on. So if you're riding a vintage bike, turning on your light even during the day can be quite the lifesaver in some regards. A mod that's very common in some guys and not so much in others because I haven't heard about it, is a flashing brake light. So it's the kind where you wire it up when you brake, and when you brake a certain amount, it flickers. So you actually, it's not just, oh, on and off, it's bup, 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 on. So if someone's behind you and they're not paying attention, they'll see that that'll happen. Now, on the newer bikes, especially like the Honda Rebel, if you brake from over 50 k's really hard, the hazard lights actually flash, which is pretty cool. So if you do a really hard braking, all of a sudden you'll find that the bike will go whoop, hazards flash on. So if you need to, some bikes have it built in, but having the flashing version of the tail lights is absolutely up there. And there's no shame when you need to slam the brakes on, and you won't have as much fear because you know that if someone can't see hazard lights, guess what, man? They were never looking out for like lights or bikes in the first place. They would have hit a car. They could have hit the bloody tree if they were trying, mate. So some people are absolutely just ridiculous and they're going to hit things regardless, which is a shame. See that bloke over there wearing his high-vis vest? No shame in it, mate. The only like all the real like tips for that is that's really it. Unfortunately, you can have a louder exhaust if you are lane filtering in a like. It doesn't really make too much of a difference, say in this kind of scenario where we're in now. If you were riding around more commute in the city and more traffic based and you're doing a lot more lane filtering, that is the only instance I would say sometimes a loud exhaust will actually increase your safety, because honestly just rev bombing a loud exhaust in most cases won't do anything. Changing the horn is a big thing that a lot of guys do to a car horn, because the bike horns are pretty piss weak a lot of the time, hence why rev bombing is much better. But I would rather be in gear and braking than rev bombing if someone's about to hit me, so I don't really want to be risking my engine braking just so I can rev. So unfortunately I would always take the brake and pray as opposed to rev away, because I don't find rev bombing does too much in most cases. And if you watch a lot of the crash compilations, you'll see rev bombing doesn't often do too much for you, unfortunately. So do with that as you will. Try not to rev bomb as much. Try and actually focus on braking. But ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to visibility, that's really all you can do. You can make yourself brighter, you could swerve, add a little bit of motion, add some light to your vehicle, add some flashingness to your vehicle, but other than that, there's not too much else you can do besides those, because visibility only goes so far. The only real way to save yourself in most other cases is in just increase your riding ability, because I could be as bright as anything and people can still not see you no matter what. Like there is videos of a guy dressed up in full fluoro helmet, fluoro outfit, and the woman says she couldn't see him on like a yellow bike, and the cop even goes, brother, how did you not see him? Like, come on now, that's ridiculous. So even in some instances you can't be seen. So I'd really recommend you focus more so on your riding ability, your emergency stopping, your defensive maneuvers. Really lock in your counter steering, because when you're in a panicking situation and you need to turn left and you try and turn to the left like that, you're just gonna go to the right like that, you'll see. So you really want to make sure you focus that turning left makes you go right, so you need to push left to turn left. Now if you're not practicing your bike riding, that's why those things happen. Really get nailed down your target fixation, practice, because unfortunately these are the things that get a lot of bikers into dire situations regardless of the actual situation, because a lot of these incidents when you're on the road are quite easily avoidable. I saw you push over there trying to get rid of me, are you? But ladies and gentlemen, like I said, there's not too much more you can really add to make yourself more visible besides just improving your actual abilities. So do your best to make yourself visible if you're panicking about it, but riding not like a knob and practicing your safe riding will always go further than any amount of visibility training and gear, alright? So besides that, I hope you all stay safe on the road. I don't want to be seeing any more Discord messages saying you in accidents, and if you do, please let me know you're alright. Otherwise, take it easy, keep it cheesy, ladies and gents. Leave a like, comment, and join the Discord, and subscribe as well, of course. And as always, take it easy. Peace, bye!